Good morning, students. Today the topic of the lecture is the classifications of robot. According to the robotic valuable sequence robot, a device that performs successive stages of a task according to the predominant method, easy to modify, playback robot, and numerical control robot, and intelligent robot. Generally, the types of robot are mobile robot, stationary robot, autonomous robot, remote controlled robot, virtual robots. Mobile robots are something that can be moved from one place to another. That can be a rolling robots or walking robots. Rolling robots, that means in small types of cars, or it's designed like insects, or however we can place a wheel or something we can use for rolling robots. And walking robots are something that usually have 4 to 6 or legs, 4 legs. It's otherwise called as a humanoid robots. Stationary robots are we can see in assembly line, where we can use for fixing some of the parts, or intimate human being, or generally the intimate the human being like a human arm for fixing the parts and welding. For numerous applications, stationary robots are used. Autonomous robots are self-supporting robots, or in other words, self-contained in a way, rely on their own brains. Remote control robots. Remote control robots are used for control the robot over a long situation and usually dangerous task without being at the top or task being performed. Virtual robots. Virtual robots are something which intimate the humans in forms of something building block of software inside a computer or such advantages, and popular in automation are safe, efficient, and quality product. It is useful for hazardous environment where the man can be there for working, especially for mines or inside water for a long time. The remotes are used. It has no emotion, so never get tired. You repeatedly work for so many times without salary and food, especially. It can do repetitive work. Disadvantages. In many sectors, it is seen that the implementation of robots leads to the jobs in factories who the people loses their jobs. It's a supply of power, especially the in underdeveloping countries. There are most of lack in power of electric power or something. Maintenance cost is normally is every machine has a maintenance cost. It also has some kind of losses in that. It costs especially the capital cost is very high to buy a robot. Robot anatomy. Robot anatomy was the robot consists of following parts. What are the parts when the robots are manipulators, end effectors, actuators, sensors, controllers, processors, and software? Let's see what is meant by manipulator. Manipulator, the main body of the robot, which consists of links and joints and structural elements of the robots, is called as the robot. Manipulator, joint provide relative motion. In this you can see different links and joints, especially the degree of freedom also depends upon the links and joints and the end arm and various types of joint, either you required for a linear motion or rotary motion. Each joint provides a degree of freedom. Most robots possess 5 to 6 degree of freedom, especially it has something same as that of the human arm. These are the manipulator joints. Linear joint L type is translation motion. It has two motions, especially linear joint and orthogonal joint. It is mentioned as type L and type O. And the rotary motion, rotary, revolving, twisting. Three types of joints are especially used. Standard notation, symbol for joints, linear translation, prismatic, and rotary. Example is equal to TLR. Notation consists of three scaling. Other names include rectilinear robot and XYZ robot. Notation is a P2R. We can end effectors. We can skip the end effectors. End effector is a part generally that generates objects making connection to other machines or performs the required task. It can vary in size and complexity from the end effector. On the space shuttle, which are used to mainly to do some job. End effectors are mainly grippers for taking some object placing during the various tools to perform process such as spot welding, spray painting, coating, etc. Grippers and tools are mainly used. Types of robot grippers are mechanical grippers, vacuum grippers, magnetite devices, adhesive devices, simple mechanical devices such as hooks or some other mechanical which consist of fingers to hold an object and to place somewhere else. Vacuum grippers in terms of using the vacuum formed in the grippers, which suction cups are hold the flat. It is especially used for a flat objects. Okay, magnetic devices for holding ferrous or iron content pots. So especially for handling those pots, you have used to magnetize the object, which by means of magnetization it will hold the object and place somewhere else. Adhesive devices, adhesive substances as well as fabrics devices are used by the robot grippers. Simple mechanical scoops are normally seen everywhere. These are the robot configurations: Cartesian, cylindrical, and spherical. Work envelope sounds. Work envelope, depending on the configuration size of the link joints, you can define the workspace. Alternatively, empirically find moving each joint through its range of motions and comparing all the space it can reach and subtracting which the space cannot reach. Okay, work envelope is something according to which the your robot is means of going to work in which space defined as the work envelope.